Hello everybody, welcome to another Anatomy and Physiology live stream. How's everyone doing? This is a little pop quiz here. I had some extra time today, so I figured I'd go live again here at noon. We're going to be going live again at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How's everyone doing today? Hello, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology, giving you guys practice questions to make anatomy and physiology finally make sense, make it super easy for you so you can get the grades that you'd like. But welcome in everybody. How's everyone doing today? Hello. It's good to see everybody. We'll go ahead and get started with the questions here in just a moment or so. And I appreciate it if you would guys give the live stream a like. The more you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets it out to as many people as possible so we can help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology and the HESI and Ts and whatever else their exam is on. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. How do you heal a foot injury? I'm not a medical professional, so don't ask me that. I definitely recommend going to your doctor. I have an exam tomorrow, exam 1. Good luck on your exam tomorrow. What exactly is your exam on? Hello. Hey, sweets, how you doing? Good to see everybody. Hello. I would appreciate it if you guys give the live stream a like. The more that you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets it out to as mmany people as possible, so we can help as many people as possible. We're going to be doing some practice questions this morning with Bio 211. Gotcha. I don't even know what that is. But welcome everybody. We're going to get started here with the questions now. Welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching you guys anatomy and physiology. I'm here to give you guys practice questions. This morning at noon, today, I'm doing a pop quiz. I'm going live at 4:30 to do all of ANP2 for the HESI and Ts. Today, right now at noon, we're doing tissues and integumentary system because I know a lot of people are on that exam right now. We'll go ahead and get started now. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm going to flip the camera around. How you guys doing today? Welcome. I also have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been teaching anatomy and physiology, or tutoring anatomy and physiology, for 5.5 years now. But here we are. Alrighty. Number 1, which of the following best defines a tissue? What exactly is a tissue? A, B, C, or D? And then we're going to get into the different types and everything like that. But welcome. There's already over 300 of you in here now. Welcome. It's so nice to see everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day. I appreciate all the likes already on the live stream. Guys, we're already over 408. Good morning, my goat. Good morning to you, my goat, as well. Perfect. That's on right now. Fantastic. I saw Alyssa, you have your exam tomorrow. Good luck on your test tomorrow. Melissa has your HESI and Ts test coming up. Good luck. Perfect. Alrighty, let's go and get started. Like I mentioned, I would appreciate the likes on the live. The more that you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets it out to as many people as possible. We can help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology. So tissues, essentially, and why this is important. They're a group of similar cells to perform a common function. So this tissue it's very specialized in a way to perform a specific function. So that's going to help us get into what we're going to talk about. Number 2, how many primary tissue types are found in the human body? A, B, C, or D? There's over 500 of you in here. Holy crap! Welcome in, everybody. There are how many primary tissue types in the human body? A, B, C, or D? And I would give you guys a fun way to remember. There's over 600 of you here now. Welcome. Already at 1.2 thousand likes. Let's go, guys. That's insane. So the answer is 4. And how we remember that is every cat must nap. Epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. A few are actually recommended semen. So connective, muscular, epithelial, and nervous. That's how you can remember those. Number 3, what tissue type primarily functions in protection, absorption, and secretion? A, B, C, or D for this one. Super important to learn the different functions for each of the tissue types. Let's get into this. So we have a question that's asking what is the function? You need to know the functions for each of them. Awesome, we're at 2,000 likes already, guys. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. If you're new here, I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. I do go live. I'm going live again today, doing all of Anatomy and Physiology 2 for the HESI and Ts at 4:30 p.m. EST. Number 3, the answer is epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue covers body surfaces, which is going to help protection. So your skin, your stratified squamous. Absorption. You have a simple columnar epithelium in your intestines, and secretion, such as secreting mucus in your intestinal tract to prevent from stomach acid damaging it. Number 4, what characteristic is common among all epithelial tissue? What is the characteristic that is common among all of the epithelial tissue? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? I'll give you guys a moment to think about this. There's over 700 of you in here now. That's so crazy. We're over 3,000 likes already. That's crazy, guys. You guys are crushing. I appreciate everybody being here. I'm Ollie if you're new here. I'll go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. The answer is C. The cells are very tightly packed together with very little extracellular fluid. Rich blood supply is false because it is avascular. Abundant extracellular matrix is false because it has a little. And then voluntary contraction, that's going to be your muscular tissue. Number 5, which cells are responsible for tissue regeneration? Which cells specifically are responsible for that? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? You guys, we're almost at 5,000 likes already today, guys. You guys are crushing. I appreciate it. If you are new here, I do have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5.5 years now. I do have on my profile anatomy and physiology notes if you need some extra help. And then every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live, I have a little membership library. It's on my website, or you can hit Service Plus and send me a DM if you have any questions about anything. I have one-on-one tutoring as well. Thanks for all the follows as well. It's so nice to meet you all. The answer here is D. It is stem cells. Stem cells are undifferentiated cells. What that means is that they are capable of dividing and then differentiating to replace whatever type of cell is lost or damaged. Number 6, which epithelial cell are flat and thin? What is that going to be? A, B, C, or D? So we have our different classifications and subtypes of our epithelial cells. Which ones are going to be flat and thin? A, B, C, or D for this one? Fantastic. It is squamous. This means flat. Cuboidal is cube-like. Columnar is column-like. Transitional epithelium is what you would see like in your bladder. Number 7. Which epithelial classification has multiple layers of cells? Multiple layers of cells. Number 7, which epithelial classification has multiple layers of cells? The answer is stratified. Stratified epithelium has more than one layer. It provides protection against wear and tear, which is in your skin. It's going to help protect against abrasion. Number 8, where is pseudostratified columnar epithelium commonly found? So let's while you guys are answering this one, let's break this down in terms of what it actually means. So stratified, like we talked about, multiple layers. Columnar is column-like. Our epithelium is basically going to be functioning for absorption, secretion, things like that. Pseudostratified means false. So it gives off the appearance that it's layered, but it's actually not. The answer here is C. It is in the respiratory tract. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium, again, appears layered, but every cell touches the basement membrane. And it is in the respiratory tract for mucus movement. Number 9, microvilli are specialized epithelial structures. And what are they responsible for? A, B, C, or D? They have a specific function that's very important, and the function of where it's located. So we'll talk about, and why I always think it's super important to, I think it's better when you learn the tissue to learn where it is first, and I think knowing where it is will help you understand what kind of function it's going to have. Because when you look at this stuff, it looks just so unfamiliar, seeing it for the first time. But microvilli, again, their main function is to increase the surface area for absorption. Microvilli increase the surface area of absorbent epithelial cells, particularly in the small intestine. And the movement of mucus, it's a little bit, yes, but mainly that's for cilia. Number 10, transitional epithelium is found where? I kind of mentioned this briefly. My screen is blurry. On my end, it's good. I have it up on my website as well. Can everyone else see it's okay? Can everyone else see it's okay? Wow, I remember this MP from college days. Oh, the labs. Yes, the labs. Oh my goodness, the amount of time I spend in those labs. I'm sure the rest of you are currently doing that. We're at 9,000 likes already. That's crazy. We're almost at 10,000 likes already, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's good. I can see it. Perfect. If it's blurry for you, I recommend just exit and then come back, and it normally fixes itself. But transitional epithelium is in your urinary bladder. Why that functions, transitional epithelium stretches. Why would it need to stretch, right? Because as our bladder fills up with urine, having a little bit of extension and stretching is basically going to allow our bladder volume to increase. Number 11, which epithelium functions mainly in secretion and absorption? Mainly in secretion. So again, we've talked about epithelium in general does in a very not complete. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm glad this is helping. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's helping. There's 500 of you here. Now, welcome everybody. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. We're going over number 11 now, which asks which epithelium functions mainly in secretion and absorption. We kind of talked about epithelium in general is for protection and secretion and absorption, but what specific subtype here is going to be for that? The answer here is C. It is simple cuboidal. Simple cuboidal epithelium is found mainly in your glands and your kidney tubules. Basically, these are specialized for your secretion and absorption. Number 12, I have a select all that apply question, and how it kind of works here. So what I did is I still included A, B, C, and D. So select all that apply. Just comment like for example, if it was A and B, just comment A and just comment A, B, or whatever. Just to make it easier, I figured if I was like, oh well, you guys can't check this off like I can, so that's why I did it like that. So just comment whatever ones you think the answer choices. Also, if you need some extra help in an A and P, I do have A and P notes on my website. You can tap on my profile, and I also have a membership basically to get every single practice test that I do in TikTok Live. It's the blank version of the answer key, so you can print them out, practice them on your own and everything. There's over 800 of you in here now. Welcome, everybody. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. I'm here to be your A and P guy. Number 12, select all that apply. The features of epithelial tissue are A, B, and D. So, let's talk about this. Avascular but innervated, meaning that they do not have blood vessels, but they do have nerve supply in our free nerve endings. And then they are tightly packed together, like we covered, and it does regenerate quickly. Number 13, we have another select all they apply. Match the epithelial type with its location, which is why I always preach about learning location. So definitely make sure that you learn the tissue and then learn the location. Knowing the location will often give you a hint as to what its function is, which we can. I'll give an example once we talk about this as well. You're starting to follow. Thank you. You're starting nursing school on Monday. You've been freeballing A&P. Well, welcome. Yeah, we'll be going live multiple times a week. Hopefully give you some better direction as well. But thank you for being here. We're at 12,000 likes in the live stream already, guys. That's insane. You guys are absolutely crushing the like button. I really appreciate it. The answer here is our simple squamous in the alveoli of our lungs, stratified squamous with our skin, transitional with our bladder. D is false because it's cardiac muscle, not simple columnar. Now remember, like we talked about, the alveoli of the lungs, one layer flat. You want to be flat because what happens at the alveoli? Gas exchange, right? We're breathing. Our oxygen and carbon dioxide are going through. You want that to be thinner and flatter to make that exchange and diffusion a lot easier. Number 14, what is not a major function of connective tissue? So now we're moving into a little bit of connective tissue, which is not a major function there. Thank you for the roses, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for the gifts if you've given one today already. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the support today. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. You did this last semester. You take it. Awesome. Yeah, no, I've been doing the TikTok live since February this year, probably towards the end of February. But I really ramped them up starting in the summertime because you guys love them. So I definitely try to do it at least 4 times a week. Number 14, what is not a major function of connective tissue? The answer is C. It is transmission of nerve impulses. That is going to be nervous tissue. But the connective tissue does support, protect, and bind structures. Number 15, what are the 3 basic components of connective tissue? What is that going to be? What is that going to be? What are the 3 basic components? What are going to make up our connective tissue, A, B, C, or D? What do I do with my live? So here's my schedule while you guys are answering that. I'm going to be live again today at 4:30 p.m. EST, going over ANP2 for the HESI and Ts. Thursday at 4:30 p.m., and then Friday at 2:30 p.m. But every Monday and Tuesday, every Monday I do A&P1, and every Tuesday I do A&P2. I would try to do more live streams. I had some time, so I'm calling this like a little pop quiz, and I'm doing the integumentary system and the skin and histology and whatnot. Number 15, the answer is B. It is cells, fibers, and ground substance. Connective tissue they have specialized cells, our protein fibers, and then our ground substance, which is our extracellular matrix. Moving on to number 16, loose connective tissue is characterized by what? Loose connective tissue is a subtype of connective tissue. What is that going to function and is characterized by? But also, like I mentioned, I do have anatomy. If you need some extra resources, I do have notes for anatomy and physiology from the hours in the class. And I do have access basically to every single practice test I've ever done on TikTok Live. It's on my website as well. If you have any questions about that, ground substance is basically the gel-like extracellular matrix. Basically allowing for the diffusion of nutrients and things like that. Basically there to help with space. If you have any questions about the notes or the practice tests or anything like that, or I have one-on-one tutoring, send me a DM here. It's the best way to get in contact with me. The answer to number 16 is A. It has more ground substance and less fibers. So this would be dense. Dense connective tissue. Less ground substance, but more fibers is dense connective tissue. More ground substance, so extracellular matrix, and less fibers is loose connective. Because loose connective tissue has abundant ground substance, allowing for a lot more flexibility. It's going to surround your organs and vessels and whatnot. Dense, which we'll kind of talk about this. We'll kind of talk about this. The next question here. Number 17, what is an example of dense connective tissue? Dense connective tissue. What do you guys think of this one? Also, we're almost at 15,000 likes. Do I have YouTube? Yep, I put all the replays up there. You can tap on my profile to get that. Here's my first day of anatomy and physiology 1. That's awesome, Jenny. Good luck. The answer for this is going to be tendons. It is tendons. So again, dense connective tissue, like we mentioned, we have many fibers. That functions for strength. And what do we need strength? We have to protect against shock and absorption and things like that. So again, it has many collagen fibers for strength, as in tendons and also ligaments. Number 18, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the money go. Thank you so much, Interstellar. I appreciate it for the gifts, guys. Thank you. Number 18, what type of cartilage provides flexibility and maintains shape? What is it going to function for that? A, B, C, or D? Thank you so much for the follows as well. Hey, I also want to make, this is going to be the one and only warning about this, but definitely if people don't know answers, don't get on them about that. Not everybody had the luxury of taking it in high school. I didn't have the luxury of taking it in high school. I showed up to a college with taking it as a freshman in college, getting hammered with this, and everyone's at a different place. Everyone's at a different place in anatomy and physiology, and that's the biggest part of doing these live streams. This is a perfect place to make those mistakes. If you're someone who's going to get on somebody else in the comments, I'm going to block you. There's no place for you here. So I want to make that clear. We're here to make a very uplifting community and things like that. Everyone's at a different place in their learning journey, and we're here to uplift that, not put it down. So don't do that. Number 18, the answer is B. It is elastic tissue. Elastic tissue is found in your ear and your epiglottis. It's going to help maintain shape while being flexible. So if you, I don't have my face on the camera right now. I'll put it at the end later. Basically, you can pull down your earlobe a little bit if you have an earlobe, and then once you let go of it, it goes right back to its shape. That's the point. That's basically what elastic cartilage is going to allow for. Number 19. Which is true about bone compared to cartilage? A, B, C, or D for this one? Always good to learn. Yes. Also, if you would like, basically, I have a practice test library on my website, and then I also have notes. If you have any questions about that, or want the link to that or anything like that, I can send that to you. Just send me a DM. This is Service Plus. If this goes away, it'll be in the bottom left corner there. You can send me a DM or anything. I have one-on-one tutoring too. If you want any, personalized help outside of just the live streams and TikTok videos and YouTube and stuff. But number 19, the answer is B. They are more rigid due to the calcium salts. But bone is mineralized in terms of calcium phosphate, and it makes it more rigid. Cartilage is a little bit more flexible. But number 20, select all that apply. I have another one. Like I mentioned with the select all apply, because I'm just kind of starting to do this. It's kind of new. But I still put the letters next to here. So all you had to do is if example A and B are right, then you put A and B in the comments. But number 20, select all that apply. The types of connective tissue proper include what? Connective tissue proper. Which ones are they going to be? A, B, C, or D? And select all that apply. It is A and it is B. Loose and dense are proper tissue. Bone and cartilage are more specialized. Social psychology sometimes as well. So proper is a classification of connective tissue, and in there includes our loose and our dense connective tissue. Moving on to the next set of questions here. Number 21, another select all that apply. Characteristics of connective tissue include what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. Also, we're almost at 17,000 likes on today's live stream already, guys. That's insane. Thank you all so much. But welcome in. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are crushing the live stream today. You guys are awesome. Like I mentioned, the A&P notes are on my website, and the same thing with the practice test library. Do I do psychology occasionally? Yep. Occasionally. I do mainly anatomy and physiology. Excuse me, anatomy and physiology. Oh my gosh, I keep hiccuping. Jesus. The answer here is A, extracellular matrix. B, they have varying degrees of vascularity. And D, specialized cells like fibroblasts and adipocytes. So connective tissue has cells that are separated by a matrix. They have varying blood supply, right? Because in our connective tissue, in our dermis, it's connective tissue. It's our irregular. That's highly vascularized. But some in our so basically vascularized. Someone asked about that, meaning the presence of blood vessels, such as your arteries, capillaries. Veins. Basically means if it lacks vascularity, it has a decreased ability to get blood and nutrients there. Number 22, what muscle type is voluntary and striated? We're going to go through all the three different types here, so if I don't go into too much of an explanation, that's why these three questions are going to pertain to this. A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? There's almost 20,000 likes on today's live. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are crushing it. The answer here is going to be A, skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is voluntary. Like I said, all this movement here is because I'm contracting my skeletal muscle. And then striated means, so basically it's in terms of organized rhythm in a say. So we have repeating units. These units are sarcomeres, which we'll get into in the muscular system. But number 23, which muscle type is involuntary and striated? To get the practice test, I have a practice test library on my website. Every single practice test that I've ever done on TikTok Live, the blank version and the answer key at the end is on my website. You can tap on my profile. I can send you the link as well via Service Plus here. If this goes away, it's in the bottom left corner. I also have anatomy and physiology notes as well. But which muscle type is involuntary and it is striated? The answer is B. It is cardiac. So cardiac is involuntary. Your heart is a muscle that pumps blood. You don't have to consciously think about that. Striated, same thing. Again, giving it a little bit of rhythmacy. Number 24. Which muscle type is now non-striated and involuntary? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? I also have one-on-one tutoring as well. We're at 20,000 likes already, guys. That's crazy. We hit we did 2 live streams yesterday, and the one hit 70,000, the other hit 90,000. You guys are absolutely crushing it. I really appreciate you all. Number 24, the answer is C. It is smooth muscle. It is non-striated, meaning there is not as much rhythmacy as there would be because you're not always contracting smooth muscle. And then involuntary is you're not consciously thinking about it. Number 25, we have a select all that apply. Select all that apply. Keyword here, I want to make this very clear, is direct functions of muscle tissue. Direct functions. What are direct functions of muscle tissue? A, B, C, or D? I will give a hint. There is an indirect function here. There is an indirect function. Because the key word here, Well, actually, I kind of messed up my... Okay, well, give me one sec. So, technically, let me explain this. All of them are technically correct. I meant to put skeletal muscle tissue. My bad. I'll change that. But anyway, the point being is that muscle contracts to produce movement. Contraction of muscle does produce heat, and it does maintain posture. What I was going for with direct, because if you think about it, cardiac muscle directly pumps blood and blood circulation, but skeletal muscle indirectly helps and aids in blood flow. Because in particularly when your skeletal muscle contracts, it kind of helps push blood through your circulatory system. So that's kind of what I meant to go for. But again, I forgot to put skeletal muscle. So technically, all of these are correct. But if I said skeletal muscle, this one would be indirectly, but cardiac would be directly in this. So. But I digress. But so, yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, hopefully that distinguishes the difference there. So that's the importance and what skeletal muscle and muscle tissue in general does. Number 26, where is smooth muscle commonly found? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Can I get these questions printed out? Yep, absolutely. They're on my website. You can tap on my profile to see how to get those. Or in the bottom left corner there, there's Service Plus. I can send you the link. Number 26, where is smooth muscle commonly found? It is in the walls of hollow organs. Smooth muscle, again, is non-traded, and it's found in hollow organs. Basically, and being in hollow organs means it's going to function involuntarily. Number 27, which cells are going to transmit electrical impulses, A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? Also, we're almost at 23,000 likes already, guys. That's great. You guys are awesome. What cells transmit impulses? That is going to be B, neurons. Neurons are going to generate and transmit an electrical impulse. Neuroglia support them. Oh, shoot, I gave that away. Number 28, what part of the neuron integrates incoming signals? We'll talk about it here. We'll talk about neuroglia in just a sec. Number 28, what part of the neuron integrate incoming signals? A, B, C, or D for this one, you guys think? We're almost at 24,000 likes. Jeez, every time I feel like I look away, there's like another 1,000 likes. You guys are awesome. So the soma, which is the cell body, integrates the signal. So if we have our little dendrite here, and our neuron, this is the cell body, this is our soma. The dendrites receive the incoming signal, the soma integrates it, the axon transmits it, a myelin sheath speeds it up. And then number 29 now, what is the function of neuroglia? What is the function of neuroglia? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? It is B. They're going to support and protect neurons. Neuroglia provide structural support, nourishment, and protection. Same thing with immunity, but they do not conduct electrical impulses. That's what they do not do that. They support the neurons in doing so. Number 30, select all that apply. This is how the select all that apply works. Basically, you comment if it's like, for example, if it's A and B, you just comment A, B. Characteristics of nervous tissue include what? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? There's over 700 of you in here now. Welcome. If you are new here, we're also at 25, almost at 26,000 likes. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching you guys anatomy and physiology. Basically, I'm here to give you guys practice questions on live stream and help you guys. Best way to learn something is practice, practice, practice. So I give you the practice that your professors don't give you enough of. I love doing this. This is my favorite thing to do. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine and I've been tutoring A&P for 5.5 years now. But number 30, we have excitability, conductivity, and long-lived cells. Neurons are excitable. They can conduct signals, and they are long-lived, which means they have a longer lifespan. Because, again, nervous tissue is not really able to generate, so they do have to last a long time. But nervous tissue does not store minerals. Number 31, we're moving into some integumentary system questions now. We just finished up with tissues. Number 31, what is not a layer of the skin? So if you're done with tissues, I just wanted to, real quick here, I'll let you know the rest of my schedule. Basically, when I go live. So normally, Monday and Tuesday. I do A&P1 on Monday, A&P2 on Tuesday. This week, 4:30 I'll be live, p.m. EST. It'll show it on my profile as well. And then Friday at 2:30 p.m. EST. I'm gonna should be alive again today at 4:30 p.m. doing A&P2. I had extra time today, so I went with my little like pop quiz, things like that. So number 31. What is not a layer of the skin? The answer is C. It is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a structure in your brain that's really functioning to provide homeostasis in your body. The epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis are all parts of the layers of the skin. Number 32, which epidermal stratum is only found in thick skin? This is only found in thick skin, A, B, C, or D. Also, before you go as well, if you need some extra resources, I do have anatomy and physiology notes on my website. I do also have practice test library of every single practice test I've ever done for A&P. There's like over 50 tests on there, over 3,500 questions. I'm going to be adding 5 this week, but normally I'll be adding at least 4 tests a week to that. The answer here is going to be D. It's going to be the lucidum. The lucidum is only found in thick skin. What is thick skin? Thick skin is characterized by the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. It is between, we'll go over the layers as well in just a moment. But number 33, which epidermal cell produces keratin? Which one is going to produce keratin? A, B, C, or D for that one? A, B, C, or D. And if you have any questions about it, in terms of how to get the questions or get access to the membership to the practice test library, send me a DM via Service Plus. It is a membership. But again, you can just watch it here as well. And then also I post this on YouTube as well a couple days later. But I do upload the exams pretty much almost right directly after the live streams with the blank version and the answer key, so you can print them out and do it on your own. I add at least 4 tests a week to it. But number 33, the answer is A. It's keratinocytes. Keratinocytes are going to produce keratin. Melanocytes are going to produce melanin. Merkel cells are for touch. And then Langerhans are for immunity. Number 34, which dermis layer contains papillae that form fingerprints? A, B, C, or D? Or they're like, yeah, send me a DM. It's all, you can tap on my profile to see how to get that. Also, we just hit 30,000 likes on the live. That's crazy. That's awesome. I actually do have a couple of it. They're kind of old. I think I have a playlist on my page here on Chapter 2 Chemistry. But I do cover Chapter 2 Chemistry. I'm going to do it again on Thursday. There's some questions on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. EST on Chem. But Monday, I'll be doing some A&P Chem as well. Number 34, the answer is A. It is the papillary layer. So basically, we have what's called the dermal papillae. The dermal papillae creates ridges that become visible as our fingerprints, and that is in the papillary layer, hence dermal papillae. Number 35, what is the main function of the hypodermis? A, B, C, or D? There was just over 800 of you in here. Welcome. If you're new here, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. It's so lovely to meet you all. Welcome back if you've been here before. We're on number 35 now. Like I mentioned on my website, you can tap on my profile to see how to get them. I have extra resources and A&P notes. They're the notes that I use whenever I was in the course. And then also my practice test library. But like I said, in the bottom left corner there, you can send me a DM if you have any questions. But number 35, the answer is B. It is fat storage. The hypodermis is also referred to as the subcutaneous tissue. It is highly composed of adipose tissue and provides fat storage, which is going to also be for our insulation, cushioning, and energy storage, as fat is used as energy and long-term energy. Number 36, I have a select all that apply. Match the skin layer to the function. Basically, how they work is. Do I do A&P too as well? Yep, I do A&P every Tuesday, and I add some extra time, so I'm doing an extra live today, and that's this one. I'm doing A&P 2. I'm doing all of A&P 2 at 4:30 p.m. today. You can register on my profile. So if you go to my TikTok profile, it'll say like live event scheduled, and you should be able to register. Send you a DM when I do it. But again, you just comment. So if the answer is quote unquote A and B, you just comment A and B. I left the letters in there, so it was easier because you guys can't check them off like I can. But number 36, select all that apply. Match the skin layer to function. The epidermis is for protection. The dermis is for, it has our blood vessels, it's vascularized, and the hypodermis is for insulation, which we just covered. The epidermis is going to protect us against injury, pathogens and whatnot. The dermis is vascularized. Basically, it is meant to support our epidermis because the epidermis is avascular. But the dermis is what has our blood vessels, our nerves, and it also has glands as well. Number 37, select all that apply. Identify the epidermal strata in thin versus thick skin. In thin versus thick skin. A, B, C, or D. What do you guys think for this one? Where can you find this? It's going to be on my website. You can tap on my profile, or if you have any questions about it, or if you need the link directly sent to you to join the membership. The membership is, you're going to get every single practice test I've ever done. It's like access to a library. It's like a database. If you have any questions about it or need the link, just hit it there. Basically, what I'm going to do is 4 times a week, I'm going to add tests. There's over 50 tests right now. There's over 50 tests right now, over 3,500 questions, and I'll be adding 4 a week. So there's going to be a lot of tests on there, I promise. Number 37, we have the stratum corneum, both thick and thin. The stratum lucidum is thick skin only. The stratum basal layer, this is going to be thick and thin. And then obviously, if our lucidum is in thick skin only, it is not in thin skin. So that's why that one's wrong. Number 38, which pigment is responsible for our skin color variation? A, B, C, or D? Spot medical terminology. Awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Good luck in the medical terminology. Good luck. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. I hope it helps. A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? It's almost 32,000 likes on today's live. That's crazy, guys. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys are crushing it. Do I post these on YouTube? Yeah, I post these on YouTube normally about like a week later. But pretty much if you want access right away, I'm going to be uploading this on my library pretty much right afterwards. But number 38, the answer is A, it's melanin. Melanin is our skin color variation or pigment. But melanin gets produced by our melanocytes and determines our skin, our hair, and our eye color, and it has protection against UV rays. Number 39, which layer of the skin contains majority of the blood vessels? A, B, C, or D? Nursing right now, you're really clutching up. Thank you. Good luck in nursing, Joe. You got this. You're going to crush it. On YouTube, though, I do have there's hundreds of hours of all the old live streams on there already. It just takes time to process these and get these up. So I try to at least post them about at least a week later. I've been getting caught up on it and whatnot. But yeah, there's a bunch up there. I am not joking when there's hundreds of hours of all the old live streams up there. But number 39. The answer is B. It is the dermis. Remember, like we mentioned, the dermis is vascularized. It's going to support the epidermis. Number 40, what is not a function of the integumentary system? What is not a function of the integumentary system? What is it not going to do? And again, what is not a function? The answer is protein synthesis. So the integumentary system doesn't necessarily function. There are proteins that get produced to help with protection, but that is not a function. It does not exist to basically synthesize proteins. Number 41, which part of the hair is actively dividing? Which part of the hair is actively dividing? Also, like I mentioned, the A&P notes are on my website, and then also I have the practice test library membership. And if you have any questions, how to join those, or just any questions about them in general, you can message me via Service Plus. I also do one-on-one tutoring too. Number 41. Their answer is C. It is the hair matrix. The matrix of the hair bulb contains actively dividing cells that produce the hair shaft. So again, this is what's undergoing our mitosis. Number 42, what are the stages of the hair growth cycle? What are the stages of hair growth cycle? A, B, C, or D for this one? How do you become? It's in the bottom left corner there. If you want to send me a DM, but everything's on my web. You can tap on my profile. Pretty much everything is in my bio. You just tap on my profile. But if you have any questions specifically, Service Plus is the best way to do it. It only lets me put it up like every 3 minutes, but it's in the bottom left corner. If there's a notification thing that goes away here, it's in the bottom left corner there. It's like a little orange button. Number 42, the answer is anagen, catagen, and telogen. So what these are, so let's write these out really quickly. We'll go over the hair growth cycle. And telogen. Anagen is our active growth. Catagen is our regression. And telogen is the resting phase. Alrighty. Number 43, sebaceous glands secrete what? A, B, C, or D for this one. Also, we're almost at 35,000 likes. That's crazy, guys. That's nuts. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely crushing the like button. I love you guys, seriously. This is so much fun to do. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely crushing it. But number 43, the answer is sebum. SEB, SEB. That's how I always kind of remembered that. But sebum is oil. Number 44, which sweat glands are active throughout life and they aid in thermoregulation? We have mainly two of them. We'll end up talking about both, but right now I'm asking which sweat gland is active throughout life and aids. And this is our thermoregulation gland. We just hit 35,000 likes. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. The more you guys do like and share the live, the more this gets it out to as many people as possible. So we can help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology, in their just their A&P class or whatever else, their program that might have A&P or a certain exam. But the answer is going to be eccrine. Eccrine glands are the ones that are like all throughout your body. They're all throughout your body, so like arms and legs and things like that. Apocrine, these are the ones that become more active during puberty. They're mostly functioning for your sweat. So they're in your armpits, your axillary region, and your inguinal region, so your groin. Basically, that sweat is more active at puberty and kind of gives you your scent and mainly functions for scent in a way. Eccrine is for thermoregulation, right? So my arm, if I'm working out, my arm gets sweaty and then that sweat evaporates and it cools my body down. Because like we mentioned, muscle contraction and whatnot produces heat. So and that heat that gets produced raises our body temperature. We sweat, that sweat evaporates and it cools us back down. Number 45, nails are modifications on which layer of the skin? Which layer of the skin? We're talking about the... well, this question might be a little tricky to understand, but I'll explain it if there's a little bit of confusion as well. We're almost at 40,000. Like, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Basically, it's the epidermis. Let me tell you why. Because nails are made of keratin, which keratin is an epidermal product. Which is why. Number 46, select all that apply. The types of skin glands include what? How these work. Basically, I still put the letters. So you just, if for example, if A and B are right, you just put A, B in the comments. And like I mentioned, if you need some extra resources, I have A&P notes on my website, and then I have a practice test library membership where you get access to every single practice test that I do on TikTok Live. It's the blank version and has the answer key. I upload it right after the live stream so you can practice on your own. There's already over 50 tests and 3,500 questions, but I'm going to be adding at least 4 a week. I added the one from yesterday. I'm doing 5 live streams right now this week, but at least 4. If you have any questions about that, you can send me a message via Service Plus. But number 46, select all that apply. We have our sebaceous, our eccrine, and our apocrine. These are all skin glands. Pancreatic glands, we do have pancreatic glands. These are internal, though. And they are not part of the skin, so not part of the skin. Number 47, select all that apply. The functions of hair include what? What are the functions of hair going to include? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? What was 45? 45 was the epidermis, because nails have keratin in it, and keratin is an epidermal product. It is produced in the epidermis. Number 47, the answer, protection, sensory input, and heat retention. So why is this? Hair protects against UV rays and injury. It does sense touch, and it does conserve heat, but it does not produce and synthesize vitamin D. So A, B, and C. Number 48, a blocked sebaceous gland may result in what? What is that going to be? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? We're almost at 40,000 likes. That's crazy. We're at 39.4. That's crazy. You guys are crushing it. There's been 700 in here. If you're new here or anything like that, I've been in and out. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology. I have a live stream that you can join today at 4:30 p.m. EST. It's going to be for A&P2 for the HESI and Ts. I do all of A&P1 every Monday and all of A&P2 every Tuesday. And then I had some time today, so I try to want to live stream more and do more practice questions for you guys. That way I also get more practice tests in the practice test library. But these, I'm going to start calling them like pop quizzes when I get some extra time. But this is a pop quiz doing over the tissues in the integumentary system. The answer here is acne, though. Acne. So blocked sebaceous glands can produce pimples or cysts, basically due to trapped sebum and bacteria. Number 49, what is a major way the skin regulates temperature? What is that going to be? What is the way it does that? A, B, C, or D? Also, we just hit 41,000 likes. That is crazy, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys are crushing it today. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. But my next live stream is at 4:30 today, and then Thursday at 4:30 p.m. And that's going to be a mix of everything, which you guys send me requests and things like that. Tell me what you're struggling with. The answer is B. It's our sweat evaporation. Like I mentioned, I kind of went into detail about it earlier, but you when you're running, your muscles produce heat that raises your body temperature. You sweat in response to that, and then that sweat on your skin evaporates, and that evaporation cools your body down. Number 50, which sensory receptor detects light touch? Detects light touch. Seeing this before my A&P midterm, feeling prepared. Awesome. Good luck on your midterm. Passport. Hi, Ollie. Hey, how you doing? We're at number 50 now if you're just following along. Number 50, the answer is A. It's our Meissner's corpuscles. So Meissner corpuscles respond to light touch and texture in your dermal papillae. Number 51, the skin is essential for the synthesis of what? A, B, C, or D for this one? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? But also just because I want to make sure that you guys know what the rest of these are. The Pacinian corpuscles, they detect deep pressure and high-frequency vibration in the dermis and hypodermis. Your free nerve endings are kind of all throughout. It's kind of like your general pain, temperature, and whatnot. Ruffini endings are going to detect the stretch of your skin. The answer here is going to be our vitamin D for number 51. Vitamin D. UV. Basically, this is probably more detail than you need to know. But UV is going to basically convert, it's called 7-dehydro cholesterol to a vitamin D precursor. Number 52, what is the correct order of wound healing, A, B, C, or D for number 52? What do you guys think for this one? We're almost at 45,000 likes. Can I go over 50 answer choice? Yeah, so you guys can answer number 52. I'll re-go over these for number 50. For number 50, all the cells that we're talking about here. So the Meissner corpuscles, these are going to detect light touch and texture. In the dermal papillae, your Pacinian corpuscles are for deep pressure and high-frequency vibrations. Then your dermis and your hypodermis. And then your free nerve endings are kind of general. They're found throughout the kind of skin everywhere. They're for pain, temperature, cruder touches, and then Ruffini endings. I know some people have to know this, some people don't. But this is mainly for detection of stretching of your skin and pressure. Real quick, number 52 now. The answer is A. We have inflammation, then we have proliferation, and then we have remodeling. So what this is, inflammation, we have clot formation in our immune response. Proliferation basically means cell renewal. So we have tissue formation, or new tissue formation. Remodeling is where we have our scar formation and maturing of those cells that were proliferating. Number 53, select all that apply the roles of the skin in homeostasis. Homeostasis include what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? The answer is thermoregulation, water balance, and substrate reception. So again, there are proteins that get produced in there, but it is not the function of the integumentary system. And also, basically, it does not function in homeostasis as well. So temperature, preventing water loss, or increasing water loss for sweat, and sensing your environment are the functions. Number 54, what is not a barrier function of the skin? What is not a barrier function? So protection. Homeostasis is basically our body's ability and capability of providing an internal stable environment, right? So our body has a set range or a set point that it likes to be to maintain stable internal conditions. Protein synthesis occurs inside of cells, not in necessarily the skin, as mostly like your skin's an organ, so it's inside cells. But it kind of everywhere, a lot of places, right? It's in you're in your nucleus, your ribosomes, your rough ER, things like in cells in that sense. But number 54. The answer is producing insulin. This is not a barrier function. Barrier function is water loss, UV radiation with our melanin, protection against pathogens as it's a physical barrier. So again, this might be, I always call this it's a trivia question. But what is the first line of defense and immunity, especially when you go over the lymphatic system and your immunity and your immune system? It'll say, like, what's the first line of defense? Technically, it's your skin. And also your mucus in your nose and stuff because you cough and sneeze it out. But it's a physical barrier, right? If a pathogen lands on my skin, and I go and wash it off, it hasn't even activated my immunity system, right? But I always call that kind of a trivia question, and I think a lot of professors that's any question that's tries to trick you. I always call them trivia cues. But number 55, a third degree burns and damages what? A third degree burn is going to damage what? A, B, C, or D? Insulin is the job of the pancreas. That is correct. Also, we're almost at 50,000 likes. That'd be crazy if we ended the day with 50,000 likes. That's nuts. Number 55, the answer is D. It is the epidermis, the dermis, and deeper tissue. Third degree burns destroy the full thickness of the skin and can reach underlying tissues. We'll talk about the other ones in just a sec, because the next question is on second degree. A second degree burn is going to damage what? A, B, C, or D? Like I also mentioned, I do have A&P notes if you need some extra resources. They're my handwritten notes. They're digital that you can download. They're from my iPad. They're on my website. I got an A in the class and 100% on my final exam. And I also have a membership practice test library with every single practice test that I've ever done on TikTok Live. It has the blank test and the answer key. There's already over 50 tests on there with over 3,500 questions. And then I'm going to be adding at least 4 a week. So if you have any questions about that, please send me a DM via Service Plus there. If it goes away, it's the orange button in the bottom left corner. It's just any questions in general, too. I also have a one-on-one tutoring, too. The answer for this one is going to be, for number 56, it is B. It is the dermis. It's the epidermis and the dermis. Second degree is going to affect both. And a first degree is only the dermis. It does not look like the first. There we go. Number 57, which skin cancer arises from melanocytes? Which one is going to arise from melanocytes? A, B, C, or D? The answer is a melanoma. Melanomas is a malignant tumor of melanocytes. Basically, this is what's very linked to your UV exposure. Number 58, psoriasis is a chronic skin condition characterized by what? What is its characterization? A, B, C, or D for this one? 50K! Oh my gosh, thank you. I didn't even see it. Thank you. Thank you guys for 50,000 likes. That's crazy. I really appreciate it, guys. Seriously. These live streams are my favorite part of my day. I love doing them. So any support in doing so, it just means the absolute world to me. I really appreciate it. Number 58. Answer is D. It is the overproduction of keratin that results in thick, scaly plaques. Psoriasis is autoimmune. Basically, it causes rapid proliferation of keratinocytes, which gives that thick, scaly plaque. Number 59, last two questions here. Number 59, what is not a common change in aging skin? The last two questions here, then I'll go over my schedule for the rest of the week, and I'll stick around for a couple questions and everything like that. But number 59, which is not a common change in aging skin? Do I go one chapter at a time? Not normally. So today I just have I had extra time today to do an extra live, and I did 2 chapters today. I did tissues and integumentary system, because that's what's been really heavily requested, especially by people in the member that have membership at the practice test library. I always try to do your guys' request first, and just But normally I kind of try to do everything. So we'll go over my schedule. Just stick around here. I'm gonna answer these 2 questions, and I'll go over kind of what I do in more detail and talk about that. But number 59, the answer is B. It is increased oil production. Aging skin, oil production is going to decrease, not increase. The rest, wrinkling, thinning of the epidermis, decreased collagen, those are all characteristics of aging skin, but not increased oil production. It's decreased oil production. Last question here. Select all that apply. Conditions affecting the skin include what? Basically, select all that apply. You can just comment. So, for example, if it's A and B, you just comment A and B. And then also, like I mentioned, A&P notes are on my website. Then practice test library membership is also there. I will be sticking around to answer questions about that. But if you have any questions that you would like to get in a DM, just message me here. But here, it's burns, cancer, and acne. Osteoporosis is a skeletal system disease or condition. But thank you all so much for being here today. There was over a good bit for a while there. There was pretty much like 700 people almost the whole time. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. There's over 500 of me here now. Real quick, just so you guys know who I am, real quick. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week, teaching anatomy and physiology. I'm going to be live again at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going over all of anatomy and physiology 2 for the HESI and T's. But what the rest of my week looks like, Wednesday I might do a pop quiz tomorrow if I get time. Maybe. So it's a question mark on that one. But Thursday, I'll be live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Friday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Normally every Monday and Tuesday, I do A&P. I do A&P 1 on Mondays and A&P 2 on Tuesdays. I want to start live streaming more, so I'm calling these like my. So I'm gonna have a schedule for you guys. So this is the schedule, right? So 4:30 today, 4:30 Thursday, and 2:30. I'm gonna try to do more live streams if I get time there. I'm gonna call them like pop quizzes. So like right now, you're in a pop quiz. I had some extra time, so I hopped on live and I made a second test and whatnot. But that's typically what I do. I post videos on TikTok here about anatomy and physiology. We do some other topics as well. We do medical terminology sometimes as well, pharmacology. I was a pharmacy technician for 4.5 years, if there's any pharm techs in here, pharmacists, anything like that. So if you want to take a quick screenshot of this, this is today. But yeah, this is what my schedule looks like. Wednesday, maybe, but again, I will be live again at 4:30. Thursday, 4:30, Friday, 2:30. There might be an extra live streams these days too and on the weekend, but we'll see. We'll see if I get some extra time. What's the difference between A&P 1 and A&P 2? It kind of just depends on the topic. So normally A&P 1, it's kind of like, it's more memorization. And the A&P 2 is more like in-depth in system. So A&P 1 is all like intro to A&P, chemistry of A&P. Because chemistry is very important for understanding physiology, especially in your digestive system. And just understanding buffer systems in the way that you regulate pH in your blood, which is going to regulate your respiratory rate. So that's why it's really important to hammer down chemistry. Cell biology, which goes over a lot of organelles, and cell division, which is super important in physiology. Send this to your daughter. Oh, thank you. Good luck to your daughter. You just started bones in A&P 1 today. Yeah, and then tissues and integumentary system, which we did today. And then skeletal system, which you're probably going to have to memorize all 206 bones and all their landmarks. I have a video from June about that. I'll probably make a new one here soon. Then muscles. Muscular system, going over muscle physiology, skeletal physiology, learning all the muscles, their origin, insertion, action, innervation, and then the nervous system. Nervous system is sometimes part of ANP1, sometimes part of ANP2. In ANP2, you'll go over the endocrine system, the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, the lymphatic and immune system, digestive, urinary, reproductive, and a little bit of genetics as well. So that's kind of the difference there. During this live day, did I go over chapter? Yes, tissues and integumentary system. That's what I did today. Yep. You took ANP 1 and 2 and received A's. Loved it. That's awesome. I'm also going to flip the camera around and say hello to everybody. So I can introduce myself. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm the guy that's been yapping to you for the last hour about ANP tissues and integumentary system. Why do I do this? Hey, Ollie. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, how you doing? Hello, Amaba. Thank you so much for being here, guys. There was almost 60,000 likes on today's live, guys. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Jules. Hey, Coach. Shauna. Hey, baby. Hey. Thank you, guys. Hey, Chastity. Thank you. Elaine, TX. These kind of questions they ask other T's. So I didn't make these questions today with the T's. So I teach the concepts that are on the HESI and T's. So ANP2 will be more for that later on today, and then yesterday I did ANP1. So again, I'm here to teach the concepts, so I don't want to give you the exact questions because I know they're out there, but that's cheating, and I don't I don't like that at all. I think that it's stuff they need to learn. To have them on replay, yes, they're on my YouTube. I upload them a couple days later and stuff, depending on I have to download it from TikTok, and then it has to go to my computer. And that takes a while, so sometimes it takes a couple days. Can't wait to master I know, yeah, if you be here, we definitely will help you master that as well. You have biomed for traditional Chinese medicine. This helps a lot. Awesome, good luck. That sounds really cool. That actually sounds really cool. What times do I do this? Normally at 4:30 during the week. So Monday through Thursday, if I do it, it's normally at 4:30. Like, I have another live today at 4:30. I had some extra time, so I did another one. Yep, if you need some help. Also, like I mentioned, I do have the practice test library. I have notes. So this is how, if you have any questions about one-on-one tutoring too, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's here. It's this is Service Plus. I blanked. I'm sorry. I remember your comments. Let me read the comments. I'm doing prerequisites for LVN. It's awesome. Thanks, Ollie. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Sal. Caroline, thanks. Thank you to love you. You love you. Thank you for everything. I love you guys too. Seriously. 61K. Oh my gosh, guys, that's crazy. Almost at 62K. I just have my laptop open here with your comments because they fly by, so I miss them sometimes. I was going to ask if you taught biomed. I'm in grad school for ACU. So do I teach biomed? I'm mostly on all the top. Yeah, I kind of do all the topics as well. Oh, here. Where you been? Thank you. Yeah, so I did my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I have been tutoring anatomy and physiology for about 5.5 years now. So, but good luck. Yeah, seriously, good luck. I'm gonna boost my GPA. So that kind of depends on what class you're teaching. I definitely think. I fix my hair is so flat from looking over the screen. Let me take a sip of my energy drink real quick. I have a long-winded explanation on how to learn. So, how can you boost your GPA and just in learning in general? So, the biggest thing that people just don't understand, and that's not your fault, that is the systems and society's fault, is that a lot of people spend a lot of time rereading notes and rereading the textbooks, but the key thing is that you have to practice. My philosophy is that if you are looking at the reference material, you are not studying, you are recognizing your studying is done when you are not looking at the reference material. So for example, if I pull out my textbook and I'll just open to a page with some information. This is my anatomy textbook. Yes, here we go. Tissues, which we just went over today. Epithelial tissue. If we go over epithelial tissue, skin, intestinal tract, respiratory tracts, urinary system. When I'm looking at this right now, I'm recognizing this information. But when I look at you and I say epithelial tissues and your skins and alveoli and stuff, that's studying. That's recalling the information. That's what you're going to be asked to do on exams. So I definitely think that you should be practice explaining things. If you can explain it out loud in your own words, you absolutely understand and know the information. And then when it comes to it depends on if it's if you're in something like calculus or chemistry, You have to do problems, organic chemistry, physics, doing problems, practice, practice. The biggest thing, the analogy that I use for practicing problems is in the same way, because I know a lot of people I love Organic Chemistry Tutor. I love his videos, and he definitely saved me a lot. However, if you go to a powerlifting competition and you've never lifted a day in your life, and you watch a powerlifter bench 1,000 pounds, and then you think because you watch that powerlifter bench 1,000 pounds, you can bench 1,000 pounds too. That is the same thing as just only watching somebody else do the problems and then trying to go on your exam and thinking that you can do the problems in the same way that a doctor level person can do them. So that's why practice. So that's really what I have to say mostly about that. I do offer, like, if you want one-on-one, on my website I have my availability as well, but I have it's called an exam consultation. It's like 30 minutes. If you want me to run through you, and it's 30 minutes, it's like $30. I'll run through for a half hour to an hour with you. And teach you how to study and things like that, and help you plan and kind of make studying a little more organized and come up with a little bit of a study schedule and things like that. Do I go over microbiology? Yeah, occasionally, yeah. Everyone keeps asking if I'm going to do it, but no one actually sends me topics to do it, so I haven't done it. I haven't done it in a while. What's my YouTube channel? It's my name. It's in my. If you want, just hit the bottom in there as well. I don't have a cactus section. I don't have a cactus section now. I need practice tests for the T's. So anyway, like I mentioned, I do have practice tests available. So actually, let me pull that up right now while I'm here. Give me one sec, guys. So you guys kind of know what we're about here. I apologize. I'm just pulling it up on my computer. So what this looks like on a desktop, I'm actually going to put this up here so you guys can message me about it. But this is kind of what it looks like. So once you join my practice test library, this is what you open up to. So it'll say like, oh, all the anatomy exams and whatnot. And then it'll say like the download instructions, which basically what it looks like is this. So I have all the dates. So I have the months, so September, August, July, and June. What you do is all these little black buttons here, they have a date. That date is the date that I did the live, and then they have the topic, so what I covered that day. And then you come on it, and then you click it, and then it takes you to the exam I did that day. It's the blank version, it's with the answer key at the end, so you can do it on your own and practice it. So that's essentially what that is. And that's how you join. Quizlet. I'm not a big flashcard guy. I'll be honest. I don't like Quizlet. Mainly because I think with flashcards and things, I think you just get too used to. You just get used to answering that same question and term over and over again. It's not fluid and diverse enough. You're very rigid in terms, and it also takes time to make that too. Thank you guys for the gifts. I also think I saw that as well. Following your content. Thank you. Very helpful input. Thank you guys. Horrible example for A&P. What's your example? I would like you to explain to me how you think that's horrible, because it's definitely not horrible. I got 100% on my final exam, so I know what I'm talking about. I've tutored people who have gotten A's on all. They've gone from failing to getting A's, so I definitely know what I'm talking about. So don't tell me I have a horrible example. But yeah, math. Yeah, someone asked about math, so that was what it was about. Yeah, some people like making flashcards. I don't like flashcards. I think they just take too long, and I think they're very like, you're kind of trapped into what the flashcard says, and I think, that's just what I think. Some people do. Flashcards didn't work for me, so if flashcards work for you, that's great. I think flashcards are fantastic for. So what I think they're good for, I think they're good for memorization. I think they're good. So anatomy is what things are and where things are. What things are, flashcards are great. Where things are, when you take pictures of things, I think practice drawing and labeling them is a little better, but you can use flashcards for that. But yeah, learning the terminology that you need for these classes, that's absolutely one of the best things you can do, I think. Like, it kind of depends. But I think trying to learn the physiology and understanding something, I think flashcards are too limiting. It's not impossible. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think there's better ways, and there's scientifically proven better ways to do it too. That's just what I'm saying. So some people it works for some people it doesn't. So flashcards. So let me explain. Flashcards. So anatomy and physiology. What things are and where things are. Physiology is what those things are and where those things are work. What things are, flashcards are great. Where things are, getting the label, you can make these into flashcards in Quizlet, but it's a little harder to make them on whatever. I practice if you have a mat, so take every single picture from your textbook, from your lectures, from your labs, of models, and put them into one big document that has the answer key. And then you have a separate document that's practice it, and you can they're covered up, and then you go through and then you recall those. So active recalls essentially. But yeah, exactly. Flashcards just not for concepts is what I think. I just don't think it's really going to help you out that much. But were there any other questions before I get going? I do have to get going. But were there any other questions? Oh, what's my name? But also, just go to it's in my TikTok bio. And all the questions. So if you have any other questions too, if you want me to send the link to my YouTube, I can send it to you here. But you just just tap on my profile, and then it'll be in there. But it's just my name. But you can find me that way. But I do have to get going here. But thank you guys so much for joining today. I'll be live again at 4:30 today. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much.